हेलो गाइस, कैसे आप सभी लोग। वेलकम बैक टू अनदर वीडियो। तो गाइस, जैसे कि आप सभी लोगों को याद होगा कि लास्ट वाली वीडियो में हमने द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ मेडिकल साइंस के बारे में जाना था और आज की वीडियो में हम ग्रेट पर्सनालिटीज के बारे में जानेंगे। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। ग्रेट पर्सनालिटीज। ग्रेट पर्सनालिटीज। Great men are ordinary men with the extraordinary determination. They led unselfish lives. They work for the welfare of others. Some of them sacrificed their lives for a cause which benefit mankind. Their lives inspire us and tell us that one should have a noble vision in life. Let us read about the some of them. Socrates. Socrates was born in Athens, Greece about 2400 years ago. He was a great philosopher. His whole life was a search for truth. He believed in thinking and reasoning. He found that people of his time were living in a world of ignorance and superstition. He tried to change their attitude by asking questions. He asked them not to follow anything blindly. Some people did not like the way of Socrates' thought. They thought that Socrates was misguiding them. He was accused of spreading discontent among the young people of Athens and trying to destroy their faith in goods and traditional beliefs. Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was born in 1809 in Kentucky, USA. He belonged to a very poor family. He had a little schooling as he had to work on his father's farm. At the age of 22, he left home and tried various jobs before he qualified as a lawyer. Gradually, he was drawn to politics. At that time, the USA was passing through a bad phase. The whole country was divided on the question of slavery. The southern states had large plantations where African Negro slaves worked. The slaves were treated like animals. They could be bought or sold in the market. The people of the northern states were opposed to the practice of slavery. Karl Marx, the owner of the factories, became very rich as they earned huge profits of the selling their goods. The profits increased their capital. Hence, they were called capitalists. The capitalists did not care for their workers. They were concerned with their own profits only. The workers led a miserable life. Thinkers became upset over this situation. Karl Marx was one of them. He came up with the idea that destiny of thousands of people should not be in the hands of a few. He thought that the modern factories producing large quantities of goods should not be owned by a few individuals. Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was a black American born in 1929 in Atlanta, USA. Though Lincoln had abolished slavery, yet in many southern states the blacks were badly treated. They were humiliated at every step. Martin decided such practices in the US. He was inspired by Mahatma Gandhi's principle of non-violence. The blacks started a peaceful movement to be treated equal to whites. His movement became very popular and he received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964. He was assassinated during a meeting in Memphis when he was not even 40 years old. During his visit to India, he said, "It have come in a pilgrimage to pay homage to the land of Mahatma Gandhi." Mahatma Gandhi. The full name of Mahatma Gandhi was Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi was born in Porbandar in Gujarat on 2 October 1869. He studied law in London and became a barrister. He went to the South Africa on an assignment. Many Indians also lived there. Indians and blacks were treated very badly. One day, when Gandhiji was traveling in the train, some South African people pushed him out of the train. He was very disturbed to see it and he fought for their cause for more than 20 years. When Gandhiji came to India, he joined the struggle against the British rule in India. Saint Mother Teresa. Saint Mother Teresa was a great soul whose heart was full of compassion for the poor and needy people. Her selfless service among the destitute and deceased is a story of courage and sacrifice. Mother Teresa was born in Albania. She became a nun at the age of 16. When she was 18 years old, she was sent to a convent in Kolkata, India. Her convent was near a slum colony called Moti Ji. She observed that the children of her area were poor, sick, and ill fed. Seeing the misery and poverty in the slum, she decided to start a separate institution of dedicated workers who would help her to serve humanities. She called this institution the Missionaries of Charity. Freedom fighters. A freedom fighter is a person who wants his people to have own nation and independence. The freedom fighters of India played a great role in getting independence for the India. India attained independence on 15th October 1947. The hardship and sacrifices of freedom fighters led to the freedom of the country. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. He was born on October 31, 1875 in a village of Gujarat. He played an important role in India's struggle for freedom. He was popularly known as Iron Man of India because his hard work and intelligence. Sardar Patel was a senior leader of the Indian National Congress. After independence, he became India's first deputy prime minister. Subhash Chandra Bose. He was an important leader of Indian independence movement. He was an Indian nationalist and his patriotism made him a hero in India. He attempted to get rid of British rule in India during World War II. Lala Lajpat Rai. He was a prominent nationalist leader who played an important role in India's struggle for freedom. He was popularly known as Punjab Kesari. He was one of three extremist members of the Indian National Congress who gave their life for the independence of India along with the other two members Bal Gangadhar Tilak and Bipin Chandra Pal. Bhagat Singh. He was a charismatic Indian socialist revolutionary whose two acts of dramatic violence against the British in India and execution at the age 23 made him a folk hero of the Indian independence movement. He was also known as Shahid Bhagat Singh. He was born in a Sikh Jat family on 27th September 1907 in a farm. When he was a teenager, he studied European revolutionary movements. He became attracted to Marxist ideology. Bal Gangadhar Tilak. He was born as Kesar Gangadhar Tilak. He was an Indian nationalist teacher, social reformer, lawyer, and an independence activist. He was the first leader of the Indian independence movement. He was one of the first and the strongest advocates of Swaraj, that is self rule. Before Gandhi, he was the most widely known Indian political leader. Extra points. Abraham Lincoln. He was a very successful practicing attorney. Once someone asked him to take up a case. After hearing the details, Lincoln said, I understand your case. It's technically strong but ethically weak. I cannot accept it because while I am arguing it at the back of my mind all the time, I'll keep saying to myself, Lincoln, you are a liar. I'll not be able to live with myself. He did not take up the case. Martin Luther King. I have a dream that one day men will rise up and come to see that they are made to live together as brothers. I still have a dream that one day every person in the world will be judged on the basis of the content of his character rather than the color of his skin, and every man will respect the dignity and worth of human personalities. थैंक यू। आज की इस वाली वीडियो में इतना ही। मिलते हैं अगली वीडियो में। गुड बाय।